The DJI Spark is the first drone I've ever properly used and ever owned, so hopefully this video might be useful to someone who's thinking of buying their first drone. Hopefully, maybe. First thing I'd like to talk about, there's a bit of a misconception with this drone, is the way DJI advertise it. It's advertised as a very sort of, I'm gonna fling this drone out of my bag and then fly it in a real public place and no one's gonna notice a thing. I wouldn't say after using it, it's really like that. Yeah, it is really small, which is really great, and it's really light as well, but it's very loud. I think anyone within sort of 20 meters, they're gonna hear it. I can see where they're going with it, with the whole gesture control, and that, you know, to fly it, you only actually need the drone, and you can use your palm to move it around and gestures to take pictures. My experience of doing that wasn't great the first time. Now what? Take off.
I really don't know what I'm doing.
Or the second time.
Maybe it's because I was wearing my sunglasses. That might be why.
Or even the third time, it didn't seem to work that well.
What am I doing wrong here? Press the power button twice and it'll take off. That's quite an important bit of information.
But I think that's more down to that I didn't really know what I was doing. You really have to know like the lights, and like, you know, when the yellow light's flashing, it means it's searching for your hand. When the red light's flashing, it means something I don't even know. When the green light's flashing, it means it's tracked on. So there's quite a lot of different things that you kind of need to master. I saw another video that was saying like the wave feature, and it flies away. It's quite difficult. You really have to get the elbow movement. So I think those things will get better over time, and I think I can kind of see at some point all that working quite well. But at the moment, I think it probably still needs a bit of work. I didn't buy the drone for any of that stuff. It was more because I wanted something that was really portable and still had a fairly good image. DJI is nifty and like small and like nifty the right word for that? I don't know. Ooh, peeking. The stability in the wind is amazing. I took it on a walk up this hill, and like it was windy. I nearly didn't take it up because it was like the second time using the drone. I was a bit sketched out. It was just gonna fall out of the sky, but they don't do that. So anyway, I took it up and it was flying around a little bit, but the image was pretty stable. It was just landing it I was a bit sketched out about.
I might land it. How am I gonna land it?
So yeah, it performed really well, and when I did finally get hold of it in the wind, I remembered something I saw on YouTube. Good thing to know that when you if in some sort of emergency and you forget how to land it for whatever reason, you can flip it upside down and the motor's cut off. So that was really good to know. Like, they are kind of iRobot looking. Like, it's a bit weird when it's like flying and like looking at you. So I can see why people would be a bit funny about like privacy and stuff.
Yeah.
The other thing I think is really important is don't shoot overexposed. It sounds pretty obvious, but there is no recovery in the highlights at all in post. So if you can see from this image, when I was shooting these buildings, brought the exposure down and the color comes out of the buildings. If I shot overexposed, you wouldn't be able to bring any of that back. Sport mode is cool. Like, it goes quick. So, very reactive. A little bit left on the controller, a little bit right on the controller. Very good. Really impressed with that. Although it drains the battery like really, really fast. So, just be a bit aware of that. This isn't really a review. I don't really know what this is, but it's some sort of video about my drone that I just got.